sudden change in the weather, they get thirsty, they get hungry, yeah? They get old, and before old age comes in the way, they also get diseased, and the disease also increases when the old age increases. And then whatever they worked for throughout their life, it all vanishes in one moment when they go through death. So this world is not so nice as it's portrayed by many people. People, when they're young, or there is a teenage, childish, they think, oh, to play, to enjoy, this is life. But that is also not possible. The parents tell the children, oh, homework baki hai, go to school, this, that. The child who loves to play, who wants to enjoy, who wants to be happy, is not able to do that. Then he's been brainwashed that he needs to have a very beautiful career in order to be happy. And he strives for that, he works for that. And he get that or he doesn't get that. In both situations, he's not happy. That's the reality. That happiness which was promised, it gets postponed. And in this lifestyle which he is um indoctrinated to by the materialistic vision of the society, it leads to a lot of competition, and a lot of competition leads to enmity or enviousness and greed for one's own benefit. And in such a society, impersonalism is very prominent. They just think about themselves. That's it. And when things are nicely fulfilled materially, the desires are fulfilled, they stay together, they are very happy, cheerful, very famous, enjoy life. And when suddenly things don't work out materially, they start fighting like cats and dogs. Till Prabhupada says in one purport that in the material world, everyone is envious of his fellow man. And this is true. Most of you in this session, they are working outside or they are studying outside. They have this experience. People are envious. How we can know one is envious? Uh, Once a person was told that some certain person he has become a judge in the court. So all of these they were lawyers together, and this person was really glorifying the newly posted judge. But this person, he was not so much favorable to that person, and he said, "Oh, I don't think so. He has got a judge. It's just a rumor." He said, no, no, he is really given the judge position. No, 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 he doesn't deserve that. What's his qualification? This and that. Oh, no, no, he has really become a judge, the other person said. Oh, no, 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 I don't think so. And even he has become given a judge position, it's temporary. They won't be paying him. Like such is the level of enmity. They don't want other person to exist. They don't want other person to have what they think they deserve for themselves. If the other person has it, he becomes very envious. And he wants to destroy another person's existence for one's own satisfaction. And this is what we're seeing in the whole world. People are destroying each other by destroying the nature, by killing everything for their own benefit. And that's why we have so many problems. Migration is the problem, scarcity of water is the problem, huh? Wars are problems, only due to one reason. What's that reason? Everybody is envious. So, and you don't have to go outside. Everywhere within the family, people are envious of each other. Like recently I had an experience, like one of my very close relative, he said to me, oh, you are so this and that, and you don't work hard, still you enjoy like a king. I said, what's the problem? You can also do that. You can also do that. People are very much envious. And Prabhupada says that yes, people are wondering how these Hare Krishnas, they don't do anything. They don't work very, very hard like we do. And still, how can they be so happy? For a person who has very less needs, it's easy for him to be happy just by simple things. Things get simplified or life gets simplified when we have very less needs. This is the way. When one is simple, he gets satisfied with only in small, small things. It's easy for him to be happy. So, a spiritualist, he understands the meaning of life. He knows what's the whole purpose of this creation. He knows how this world works. He knows what is the nature of the material world. He knows what is the nature of the spiritual world. He knows what is to be done, what is not to be done. He knows everything. And accordingly, he mm, decides his life goal. And whatever happens, he doesn't give up what he wants the most for what he needs right now. People, they give up what they want the most for the things they need right now. And that's the issue. That's the real issue. We all want to go back to Godhead. We want liberation. But for that, you give up that those things just for your petty things in their existence. Oh, Prabhuji, I can't chant. मेरे घर पे बहुत सारे issue है. Oh, Prabhuji, I cannot attend the session because I'm frustrated. So, what do you want to remain frustrated? It said, when you go through hell, keep walking. Just keep walking. There's no point of complaining. Oh, I'm going through hell. No, if you're going through hell, just keep walking. You'll get out of it. But people, they stop spirituality and they take up mental concoction or they take up lamentation or they try to work it out. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. That's why human beings are meant to take guidance from scriptures. That's the whole purpose of human intelligence. Human intelligence is not to destroy the nature, to kill everyone, to make atomic bombs, to show your dominance and to exploit or to kill. No, it's not meant for that. Human intelligence is meant to understand what is God, who is God, uh, how can we develop love for Him. This is the whole purpose. And if you don't use our intelligence in that, then our intelligence will be, what we say, engaged in things which are really, really stupid. So, a spiritualist, he deals with people, he respect emotions, but he doesn't get affected by those emotions. This is very important, actually. People get carried away by emotions. People get carried away. But a spiritualist, no, he knows how things work. He doesn't get carried away. He always keeps his focus, and his focus is only one thing: to go back to Godhead, to do the devotional service. Like for a sadhaka in bhakti yoga, for him I'm talking about. He knows what's the ultimate purpose of life. People who are just still searching, for them it will be something else. But ultimately, it leads to only one thing: you have to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's the ultimate goal. You might realize in this life, you might take many lifetimes, or you might realize after many years. But this is the ultimate thing. And in every scripture, it's mentioned in small, small proportion. What is the ultimate goal? But it's not, what do you say, it's not emphasized so much. It's indirectly slide because depending on the audience, scriptures are given because people are not ready. Just like prescription, for example. If a guy he never takes bath, so doctor says, "Oh, you never take bath? It's better you start taking bath once a month. It is very helpful." So once a month is also not prescribed, but for a person who never takes bath, for him to understand that taking bath is very important every day. Also, actually you must take twice bath in a day. But for him to go to that level, I explain, is very difficult. So they give him a very finer dose, little dose. Okay, you do like this, do like this. So accordingly, scriptures are given, and ultimately, luckily, what we have by the mercy of Krishna and by mercy of his sincere followers like Srila Prabhupada, we have that, what is needed. And how can we know that this is the ultimatum? So how can we know this is the ultimate thing? But yes, bhakti yoga is the ultimate. How can you say that? If somebody asks you, all of who are attending this session, people might query, like inquire from you, why do you think bhakti yoga is the topmost or this is the best?
Prabhuji,
Why not other processes? How will you define or explain?
because it brings absolute peace.
Absolute peace. Acha.
Yes,
People
Prabhuji.
go, people go to Himalayas and they experience absolute peace, and they
It
go in
can
a peaceful
be
environment.
it can be well at one's own house itself.
Huh?
It can be one's own house itself. People need not travel to Himalayas.
But why I do need to get up early in the morning? I will just go to Himalayas and try to meditate there, and that brings me peace. While looking in the light, it gets me peace. So, what is peace? That's another thing. Because Krishna
Something that
mentioned
doesn't.
about it in Bhagavad Gita. Let me see the message. Yes, Krishna says what in Bhagavad Gita, and Srila Prabhupada said, okay, but why should I accept Krishna? Why should I accept Prabhupada? Why? Why him? Why him? I will accept him once I get an experience which makes me accept him. This
See,
is for
people
just
like
a very newbie, not like someone very newbie. How will you explain to a newbie this is the best thing?
can I try?
Don't speculate.
That's right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's better you tried once. You think more, refine, then give the answer later on. Others, how can we say that this is the best process? Someone asks you. You must all have answers because you're practicing, you're giving your time. So why are you doing that? Don't say out of fear or out of greed, I'm doing this. Fear for God and greed for wealth or some everything auspiciousness. I'm doing this. Don't say this is the reason. This is the reason your spiritual life has not started yet, I think.
Because this process involves dancing for God.
Okay, dancing for God, that's why it's the best process. uh, uh, mm, anything else?
Other process you need to
We don't talk
practice
about other process.
meditation.
We just focus on our process. When if you
No,
want to defend, if you want to explain that this is the best process, don't glorify our process by minimizing another processes. We talk
Mhm.
about our process first. You said dancing in front of God. Okay, that's good. So, but what else? This is not good enough for me to give encouragement to join your process.
Prasadam.
Prasadam, yeah, this is one thing. We have very nice prasadam. Yeah, but ठीक है, I will eat twice a day, but then what will I do 22 hours? Please start thinking on this. It's very important because if you don't have answer for this, then you will be doubting yourself then later on. Okay, let me read the messages. It just happened because of natural attraction to Krishna and this process, and then the fire developed. Okay, no problem. It how it started, but now how must it continue? That's very important. It must be very. We must have a very solid foundation. When something is based on a very solid foundation, it goes for a long run. So something more. You all have the answer, but you're not able to bring it out. You all have the answer. Just think over it and give me the answer. Unless you all give me the answer, I won't go ahead with this topic. So let me read Sumit's message. In Kali Yuga, it's not possible for us to do so much tapasya, but Mahaprabhu made it easier for us to go back to Godhead. We're only chanting the holy name and eating prasad in Krishna. We don't need leave to anything. We need to engage that thing. Yeah, this is one very good point. That in Bhakti Yoga, we don't have to leave anything. We can be a spiritualist even after getting married. We don't have to go to jungle. Yeah, you can be a devotee in any situation. This is very important point. Yeah, so this is very supportive. Okay. What else? Chanting Krishna's name. Okay. But to come to the point of chanting Krishna's name, I need something which make me chant Krishna's name. Okay. Sumit. बोलिए बोलिए. Are you there, Sumit? You can speak. You have raised the hand. ठीक है. जितेंद्र बोलिए.
Prabhuji, Jitesh. Yeah.
हाँ यस. ठीक है जितेश. बोलिए.
So, um, Prabhupada made it so beautiful for us that, he gave us the Gita as it is. So it is Krishna speaking to us through the medium of Gita, and something that we can so beautifully understand through all of you Prabhujis who teach us so many things.
Okay, but not what I'm expecting. Okay, let me read the message. Because in Bhakti Yoga, we can concentrate on something greater than ourselves, shed our ego. Okay. Okay. So, why do you stop at the red light? Why don't you continue?
Because that is how it should be.
Who decided that it should be?
Uh, if not
The controlling
limited,
government decide. The controlling government decides how it should be.
it's a system.
Yeah, but the controlling government decides. The government can change the system if they want.
Okay.
They can change the color if they want.
Mm.
But for universal law, they are doing that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let me see the raise. Okay. Light of Bhagavad, you raise the hand. Please speak up.
Yes, because we follow the law. So,
Okay, we follow the law. Okay, we follow the law. We follow because we have accepted the law, and this law
yes,
is coming from a bona fide process from an authorized uh, media,
Certainly.
the government. Wherever you go, this law is followed, and when you follow this law, you see it's helpful to maintain the traffic and every system. Those who don't follow, then it creates more trouble. This is also you accept. So whatever we follow, the first thing it must be bona fide. It must be authorized. Many great personalities might be following that. And then when I follow that, I see the results which is mentioned in their instructions. That if you do this, you will get this. And this is what I'm getting. By these parameters, that it's authorized, great people are following it. And after following it, what it has promised, it is delivering. This is what's making me do it now. And it's keeping me engaged because it's keep on giving me more than what I expected. These are the parameters which are very essential for any process that we take up. authorized, we can say bona fide. Great personalities must be there. And then when you follow, you get what there is promised. So this is very important. People usually don't see this first parameter. Is it authorized or not? They try to achieve the last parameter. I'm getting what I expected. And that's why they get cheated. They are made to believe that you are getting what they expect. No, you're just getting cheated. You are put into illusion. Just like this Osho Baba. Yeah. He just made himself a God man, and he created something out of the blue, and then people followed and they experienced something very transcendental for them. They didn't know what is transcendental. And they were just in their own illusory world. And they're getting cheated. So the whole process was not bona fide. It was all cheating. And then it fell very heavily. And many people right now still they're following his process in different names. In different names. Very famous, but in different names. Same philosophy. And there is no conception of God. No conception of God. They will say, "Oh, I don't follow any scriptures." Me, myself, is the scripture. I realize everything without reading any scripture. Krishna also goes to Sandipani Muni to read here in scriptures. God himself goes there, and we are such a big personality that we don't go anywhere. We have realized within ourselves. That's what's going on, cheating. The first parameter, it must be bona fide. Then we see examples of big personalities, genuine personalities. And then when we follow ourselves, we see, oh, it's effective. It's not cheating. And then our understanding is based on knowledge, not emotions, not experiences, not profit and loss. It's all based on knowledge. This is very much important. That's why when we do big book distribution, we always show this page after the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, where it's mentioned the whole Guru Sishya Parampara, which makes us authorized. So this is very much important. Any doubt on this? Or anything someone wants to comment on this?
No, it's beautiful, Prabhuji. Because we humans have so much of ego that we forget that uh, the God is so modest.
Huh? What did we forget? Sorry.
That most humans forget that God himself has been so modest, and
No,
yet
he's not been modest. God can do everything. For others to follow, he sets an example.
exactly.
But we should not imitate him.
True.
Yeah.
But
Following
from
and
modesty,
imitating is different.
sorry. Okay, all right.
Many people they try to imitate, they don't follow. Just like many people try to imitate Lord Shiva. वो भांग पियेंगे and वो चरस लेंगे and वो लेंगे. But Lord Shiva also took halal wish for the benefit of the whole universe. वो नहीं लेंगे. बाकी सब करेंगे ढोंगबाजी.
Why do you call it halal wish? Sorry?
Halal wish, it's in Bhagavatam. You gave some time to read Bhagavatam. I don't know what you are doing. Read some Bhagavatam.
Right.
You don't read Bhagavatam, you don't hear Bhagavatam, that's why you're not coming up with these topics.
Right.
You must give some time.
Okay.
It's all
Wish
there.
and Lord Shiva
Wish means
trying.
poison.
Yeah, that I know.
Yeah. So it's called
Halal wish?
halahal.
Okay.
Halahal
Right.
wish.
Right.
That's the name of that.
Right.
So he did that. But nobody will do that. Krishna plays with gopi. Everybody wants to do that. Do Rasila, do gopis, this and that. All nonsense people do that. और कृष्ण ने किया तो हम नहीं करेंगे क्या? अब कृष्ण also lifted Govardhan Hill. You go and lift. एक टेबल उठाना नहीं होगा. Imitators, not following the instruction what Krishna wants them to follow. That's why we need to be very, very careful. Use our intelligence, and we have to pray to God to give some intelligence. People are not left with intelligence. They all are seeing how bad they are suffering everywhere in the world, not just here, everywhere. They all are suffering and they're just covering it up with so called leisure, so called partying, so called adventure. When they come back to their life, it's miserable. It's really miserable. They work for 10 to 12 hours for their loved ones, and how much time they give to the loved ones. That's the reality. It's tough. It's harsh. Chandrasekhar Pandit says, who is the happy person who doesn't have any loan, who doesn't have to leave his village for his livelihood? This such a person is a happy person. Now you tell me how many people are doing like that? Everybody has loan. Everybody has to travel minimum 1 to 1.5 hours for his livelihood. People travel for 5 hours also for their livelihood. How can he be happy? And if the head of the family is not happy, how can he keep other happy? And then he has relatives who it's a mess. So that's why now I'm going to read today's shloka. It's said in Bhagavatam. Yatendriyante katha mrishtas krishnaya prasammo yataha nirvairam yatra bhuteshu nodvego yatra kashanaha. It's from Bhagavatam 4:30-35. It said that whenever pure topics of the transcendental world are discussed, the members of the audience forget all kinds of material hankerings, at least for the time being. Not only that, but they are no longer envious of one another, nor do they suffer from anxiety or fear. So, Vaikuntha. Kuntha means anxiety, and Vaikuntha means where there is no anxiety. So, how can you get that Vaikuntha experience? By hearing about the topics of Lord Krishna. Because if you don't accept God as a person, what is there to discuss? If you think He's a light, what's there in the light? Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagwan iti Shabdate. So, yes, Krishna, God has one aspect, all pervading, just like the sun rays that we see. It's everywhere. You cannot specific that this is the place. It's everywhere, all pervading. Allah, Allahu Akbar, He is everywhere, all pervading. Yes, that's God, no problem. But then you have sun at a particular location. That's Paramatmiti, localized aspect of the God. He's located at one place. And then there's a personality who's governing how, when the sun will rise, what will happen, everything. That personality is Bhagwan aspect of the Lord. This is so people they get limited to only Brahman. He's everywhere. He cannot be limited to a form. That's incomplete understanding of the absolute truth. That's incomplete. It's not wrong. It's incomplete. So that's why when we go explore more, we understand. Oh, Bhagwan aspect. That's why we have name of God. We know who his parents are. We know where he lives. We know address of God. We know everything. We know what he's doing, what he wants. We don't speculate. There's no scope of speculation. But why people don't want God to be a person? Because when there is a person, there is a personality. When there is a personality, there is a liking and there is a disliking. And then, if God is a person, then we have to follow that person because we are not God. So, I have to follow as per his liking. And that's too much because I don't want to follow anyone. And due to enviousness, because he doesn't want anyone to be like that, he says God has no form. This is enviousness. It's enviousness. Why people in the scientific community they hate this word, the intelligent design? What's the reason? Why do you do that? Because if the creator of this world didn't happen by the Big Bang theory, like after explosion, there is a creation. I don't know. Has it ever happened after explosion, there is a creation? If you explode a person, it won't get created into a person. It will be explosion. For example, a child is born by the meeting of one male and female. Yeah, they don't explode themselves for giving the birth. How can creation happen by explosion? It's impractical, but that's the theory. Why? Because if they accept this intelligent design concept, which many scientists are supporting, then there is a person who has intelligence. When there is a person, then there is God. And they will label it everything, dark matter, dark energy. But no, they won't say nature, prakriti. They will say dark matter. Dark. We don't know about that. But while labeling atheistic point of view, you can label from the theistic point of view also. But no, 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 no. We are scientists. It's not scientists. You are envious. That's why the discovery is always when one sets a theory, another person he rejects that theory. This is what's happening since many years. This is the main reason. The absolute truth is not established because they don't follow the absolute truth. So, luckily, by some arrangement, we are given the chance to hear about the personality of Godhead through Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam is what is lacking in people's life. If people have Srimad Bhagavatam to read and discuss and hear, nothing will affect them. Nor COVID, nor any war, nothing. Nothing will affect him. When Parishit Maharaj was cursed, imagine somebody curses you to die in 7 days. How will be your reaction? You can't accept, you won't be able to accept it. That's the first thing. Because you have so many plans to execute. And then you'll start cursing him back and maintain so much grudge against that person. Parishit Maharaj, he accepted that. And when he knew that he is going to die, then he inquired, what's the duty of a dying person? Because there are two kinds of duty, a person who is living regularly and a person who's going to die. So Srila Prabhupada says that the second duty is most important, the duty of a dying person, because you die today or you die 1 year later or you die 10 years later, it's irrelevant because you are going to die. So we must always be engaged in the duty of a dying person. And what's that duty? The sages said, hearing the messages which glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. This is what Parishit Maharaj did, and how he did that. That's very interesting. He didn't eat anything, he didn't drank anything, he didn't slept, and for 7 days and night he just only heard the message about Lord Krishna. So how he survived? By hearing, he was getting taste. By hearing, he was getting life air. By hearing, he was getting energy. And by that, he was able to sustain. It means he went beyond the bodily platform. The bodily platform leads one to be hungry, be thirsty, and so many things, bodily demands. But when you're in the real platform, which is the spiritual platform, the platform of soul, you don't need that. And this is what made him go by hearing about the message of Lord Krishna. For 7 days and night, he heard that, and in the last day, that arrived, the snake arrived, Takshaka snake, and before like he tried to beat Krishna Maharaj, he created fire within his own body, and he just peacefully left. Peacefully left. Everything will be judged the way how you die. If you want to judge a person's life, you see how he dies. Is he focused on his ultimate benefit, or is he focused on the temporary relationship? The one who is focused on his ultimate benefit, who thinks about the eternal benefit, that person is really, really well situated. But mostly people are not. That's why it's scary. It's very scary. It's haunting. You want to see haunting? You want to see something haunted or something very scary? This is what's scary. People, they know they're going to die any moment, but still they're not serious about the ultimate goal of life. They're all trying to achieve, trying to resolve, trying to work out something which is very, very temporary. And this is very haunting, very scary. Sorry, not haunting, scary. So Bhagavatam gives you the solution. And the Krishna conscious movement, Srila Prabhupada says, is meant to give people this Vaikuntha experience. How? By chanting and hearing and giving facility to people to do that. So we all want all of you, please give most of your time from your daily so-called routine. Give your time at least 5 to 6 hours to hear and speak about Lord Krishna. Not just 1 hour or 2 hours. No, minimum 5 to 6 hours. Minimum 5 to 6 hours. How is it possible? It's possible. Even if you are working, it's possible. Even if you are married, it's possible. Unless you believe it's possible, how can you even try? It's said that by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, things which are difficult, they get easy. But when you don't have mercy of Mahaprabhu, things which are easy also gets difficult. So yes, by your own what do you say level, it's difficult. But then we pray. Prayers are very powerful. It makes out thing come out very easy. And then we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada was asked by one interviewer in US that I always see you chanting. How do you feel by chanting? What do you get by chanting? Srila Prabhupada said, I feel no fear. Abhay, the person without any fear. Because mostly people in the whole world, they are filled with fear. Any questions? जो वो झटका दे देगा आप लोगों को एकदम शॉक में आके like you can ask questions except Jitesh, he is the last one to be given the chance to ask questions. Others I want to hear from others. It's very nice if you open up, if you ask. Nobody knows anyone here. It's interesting. Nobody knows anybody here. Even if you ask something which you feel, oh, I should have asked, don't worry. Okay, somebody died. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. So Prabhuji, like this question like really keeps coming in my mind that of course we keep hearing that we have to read Srila Prabhupada's books. So my question is specifically about Srimad Bhagavatam. Like I did bring that first canto. The thing happens that Prabhuji, when reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, I face lot of like some of the difficulties in understanding it. So how to deal with these issues? Like, is it okay? Like, even if I'm not able to take it completely as Srila Prabhupada is trying to say there, or I have to
Can you
just keep
mention a
on
particular section?
like it normally happens when I'm reading any Srila Prabhupada's books. Like,
Oh,
there are a lot of questions keep coming in my mind, so I stuck at that place. I'm like, so what does it mean? What does it mean? Why it is said that way? How to understand it this in easier way? So what is it way for
Oh,
me then?
uh
Mhm.
I think so. The way Srila Prabhupada explains is the most easiest way. It's like this verse,
But
which I'm trying
like
to.
question is like how to my basically what happens when I'm reading any scriptures or when I hear any knowledge, so I'm like, how can I apply this in the practical life? I think then only then the real use of that knowledge is there. How
Mhm.
to deal with this then?
Yeah, it's very easy. First, we remove our own conception about life.
Okay.
First, we keep our own conception on the side
Hmm.
and try to hear the higher perspective or higher conception about life. From that perspective, we try to understand the situation. The spiritualists, the sages, they uplift our understanding by giving us higher perspective. But how will they give us unless we give up our own perspective? They're giving you a, vantage point, you can say, a very good spot to understand things and to see things. But no, no, I want to see from this perspective. Then you won't be able to see. So that's why we have to keep our conception on the side. And with time, we will understand. And the best way to understand is to do Sankirtan. When you take Srila Prabhupada's books and do book distribution, you get more special mercy to understand things from
Hmm.
Shastra.
Hmm.
You get, because what we have is complete, but to understand that we need something to get purified. And the first thing is our own conception. And how we get rid of it. When we go on book distribution, which is the best way, you have to depend on Krishna's instruction. You cannot depend on your own skills because it won't work when you give the book. Nobody will take book from you, but you have to do it. Then you pray to Krishna, Krishna, please inspire me. And then things starts coming from somewhere. And then when you speak, you see, oh, wow, it's working, but it's not you. It's coming. And then you see how by taking shelter, by remembering Krishna, by following his instructions, by trying to serve Srila Prabhupada, things get so easy. So these things are very simple, but it will take some time unless till the time we get simplified. And when we do Sankirtan, we have to simplify ourselves. We have to simplify ourselves means you have to give up your ego, giving up your own conception. This is how things get simplified. And then we start understanding. And second thing, if you don't understand, we read it again. And if you don't understand, you read it again. You keep on reading because it said everything about Krishna is never, never, is new. It's not old. It's every time new. The Prabhupada says it one place that yes, initially when you read Bhagavatam, you won't feel sweet, you won't feel nice. It'll be too much trouble. Prabhupada says that. But by continue reading it, you will develop the taste. Because we are now diseased like typhoid. We are having typhoid. When you have typhoid, even if you eat sweet, it won't taste sweet. It will taste bitter. But what's the solution? You keep on taking sweet, and with time it will get purified, and then you will have the real taste of sweetness. Similarly, initially we don't have taste because we are conditioned, we are covered, and by continue taking it, then we will get it. We don't have to give it up. We have to continue, continue, continue. But I just mentioned few things: conception and doing some services. It really makes the process quicker. It fastens the process. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. And one more thing, like
And one
about
more thing.
distributing,
And
like
one more thing.
following up question it is.
No, 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 no. I'm just asking one more thing, Ed.
Okay.
Don't hear too many persons. One more
Oh,
thing. Don't hear too many persons. Everybody is speaking what Srila Prabhupada gave in his book. You just hear his lectures and his book. Good enough.
Hmm.
Good enough. We hear many people, many things. When you go in internet, it's like shopping. Oh, ye bhi hai, ye bhi hai, ye bhi hai, ye bhi hai. No, that's not good.
Exactly. That's actually right. I
Yeah,
experienced this as well. So
yeah.
that is also
And this is,
creating a kind of confusion in my mind.
yeah, yeah. And this came from within. That's what I'm saying.
Uh,
Don't hear many people. Srila Prabhupada is good enough.
I got the same suggestion from somebody else also. Like if you're not able to
Yeah,
understand, so
still you are
here,
getting so
Srila
many
Prabhupada.
suggestions from so many things, but still it's the same problem. Yeah, the problem
Might
is
be.
is is,
Okay,
is,
so I have to
is
work on this now.
no,
Okay.
you have to work on following.
Yes, exactly. Following.
What's
Okay.
available you follow. Oh, ये नहीं कुछ और मिले तो अच्छा है. You're looking for solution which you think is better.
Ha,
You have to
yes,
look.
actually, that is also creating a bit of confusion in my mind. Like,
Yeah,
I'm looking for what I want, not what is
yeah, yeah.
needed.
And nobody will give you
That's
that.
where the,
And
yes,
nobody will give you that.
etc.
So stop looking for it. Start working on what you are getting, and things will get simple. Okay, next question. What's the question?
About the book distribution, as you mentioned that we have to go for book distribution. So suppose if I'm not able to go for book distribution and I'm distributing the books to my known people, will it have the same effect or will it be like more austerious if I go and start giving in the unknown
First, you
people?
try going out because you already tried giving your relatives. First, you try by giving out, and then you tell me. Unless you experience, how can you know? So you have the experience of giving the relatives and dear ones, but you get the experience of doing on the street, and then you tell me.
Okay.
Then you tell me. You try that.
Okay, sir.
Start by doing it in the temple, and then slowly go on the street, and then you can give to any damn person in the world, even if it's Bill Gates.
Oh,
Okay, this is how it works.
got it, got
So
it. Okay, sir.
first
Thank
you
you, sir.
try. First you try.
Yes, yes, I'm trying.
Yeah,
Okay, sir. Hare Krishna.
thank you. Okay, Ramakrishnan Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. बोलिए बोलिए. I'm not able to hear you. Oh, he left. He came back again. I think so. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, sorry. So when you said don't hear from many people, you mean within this sampradaya?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
because you have to understand.
with
Every
self-experience.
person has a way, has a mood, has a purity, and there's so many factors. Just like nowadays, people want to hear speakers who are joking. They want it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not bad. But in the context of joke, you don't forget the real thing, which is glorifying Krishna.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Joke is a media to relate how this world is working, but that's okay. But the whole aim of Bhagavatam
Mm-hmm.
class is not to make joke, is to glorify Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
By joke, we share the ugly truth of the world.
Mm-hmm.
The preacher tells the ugly truth of the world in a joking way, so that people don't take it so badly. So
Mm-hmm.
that's but joke is not the essence. But there are many speakers who does that. And main thing is that every speaker is speaking from Srila Prabhupada. So why don't we just go to
Mm-hmm.
Srila Prabhupada directly? That's the best
Mm-hmm.
way. Srila Prabhupada has so many lectures in his audio box, which is available now. Huh? It's available.
Mm-hmm.
You have it, ISKCON Desire Tree where it's available. And there's so many that
Mm-hmm.
this
Yes.
lifetime will be also short. There's so many lectures
Mm-hmm.
of Srila Prabhupada. There's so many books of Srila Prabhupada. Have you read Bhagavatam? Have you read Bhagavad Gita? Have you read Chaitanya Charitamrita? Have you read his other books? There's so many things remaining. Krishna consciousness is no, it's just not a fashion or add-on. ठीक है, ये कर लेंगे. No, no, no. It's a serious business because you're uplifting your consciousness. We don't joke around with that. We have to be serious about serious things. We don't joke around about that. So yeah, window shopping is prohibited. So you read Prabhupada's books, you hear about Prabhupada's books, and in temple when there is Bhagavatam class, we have different speakers. Yes, we hear that. But except that, another time we should hear only Srila Prabhupada. That's the best thing. Our own Guru Maharaj is speaking from him. So my spiritual master gives a very nice analogy because Srila Prabhupada instructed all his disciples and followers that they should write books to give better, more nice perspective on Krishna consciousness. We encourage that. So one devotee said, "Oh Maharaj, I read your this book, and when my Guru Maharaj heard that, he said, oh, so bad. Like, ooh, you're really putting me into trouble. You don't have to read my book, you have to read Srila Prabhupada's books." Then he explained, just like in a plate, the main diet is roti, sabji, dal, chawal. This is the main diet. So these are our main diet. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Act of Devotion. These are our main diets. And then we have chutney on the side. And Maharaj said, these are my books. They are just chutney, just something to add on. They are not the main ingredient. The main ingredient is Srila Prabhupada books. And this is the best way to understand. Best way to understand. So yes, lectures and things, there's so many things, but main thing is Srila Prabhupada. Then only you can understand your Guru Maharaj and what others are saying. Then only you can understand who's deviating, who's not deviating, or who's giving less importance on some perspective which Prabhupada gave a lot of emphasis. Like there are so many perspective factors. But whatever is that, we have to uplift our consciousness, our understanding. So that's why window shopping is prohibited. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh yes. Anyone else? हमारे जितेश भाई लास्ट में बचेगा.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Luckily, you are lucky you didn't meet me when I was in Juhu. I would
Why
have
is
pulled
that,
you.
Prabhuji?
You never came in front of me, that's why you don't know what a personality I am.
I've
You
seen
never
you
met me.
on call.
No. You meet me face to face, then you know.
Right.
Meet you face to, then you will know. So tell me.
So this is one thing to the question that was asked right now, that for somebody who does not get the essence of Gita while reading, so is it right to associate with the present situation with a higher perspective?
Associate with the higher perspective means?
I mean, if somebody with the daily happenings, associating that with the page that they read in the Gita,
Mm-hmm.
associating that with the daily situation and the higher perspective, then can the essence be brought out?
Like the understanding of Bhagavad Gita can only be understood by a person who has that higher perspective
Right.
and who is following the teachings in his life.
Mhm.
Bhagavad Gita is a practical guidebook for humans. It has everything. It speaks about karma, it speaks about soul, it speaks about this prakriti, speaks about the spiritual world, and these are the elements which are all surrounding us. That's why it's relevant. So yeah, it's an introduction, but it's the most essential thing. So when you read Bhagavad Gita, you can see how my life is the way it's explained in Bhagavad Gita. Am I demoniac or am I godly? That is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita by saying the qualities of the demons. And if we see 70% we are demons and 30% we are godly. If you analyze nicely, 70% we are demoniac. What to do? We are still working on. We are Kali Yuga Jivas. We are not like some highly elevated people. So that's
Very
there.
true.
But at least we have recognized that. Demons, they are not able to recognize that.
Mhm.
And that's outcome of a godly quality. That we recognize our shortcomings, we recognize our low nature, and we work on that.
Mhm.
We work on that. Gita tells you the truth, what's happening with you. So that's it. Read Prabhupada Gita, and if you don't understand, you read Prabhupada, you hear Prabhupada's lecture, or read his transcription.
Mhm.
Everything will be clear from his class and everything.
Right.
Papa, you don't know. That's why I encourage people to give classes. When they prepare for class, the purport, okay, there's purport, but how will you explain the purport? You have to do so many things. Then you will go to Veda base and research what has Prabhupada said, and you do so much study. And when you study, you realize, my God, this is really, really something. Really, really something.
When can I give a class, Prabhuji?
Huh?
When can I give a class?
Yeah. When can you give a class? Yeah, we are nowadays shortage of speakers. Yeah. So
Right.
mainly we are ready for class when we have understanding of some small siddhanta.
Mhm.
Then we can give a class. So for giving a class, I recommend at least you must have read Srimad Bhagavatam first canto.
Oh, okay. Right.
At least first canto.
Right. I'll make
Because
it a
Bhagavad
point to
Gita,
read
no,
it.
because
Right.
Prabhupada gave many things in first canto. He gave everything in first canto of Bhagavad.
Yeah.
And that book is very, very important. You must have read first canto of Bhagavatam. Then I think you're
Right.
ready.
Entirely.
So
Right.
I think I gave my first class after reading first canto. Like
Okay.
till the time I was ready, and they gave me an opportunity to give class, I had already read few cantos of Bhagavatam.
Mhm.
And then when you do Bhakti Shastri, yeah, it elaborates your understanding. It really, really elaborates your understanding. So yes, you must also do Bhakti Shastri.
Mhm.
So we are mostly the speakers here are Bhakti Shastri speakers. I think. No, no, none of the speakers here are Bhakti Shastri.
What exactly is Bhakti Shastri?
No,
Speakers
I'll discuss
speaking?
that later on. It's a course
Mhm.
by ISKCON where you read the initial books which are important, like
Mhm.
Bhagavad Gita, Ishopanishad, Nectar of Instruction. Yeah, these books, Nectar of Devotion, and these books you read.
Right.
And then you give papers, you give essays. It's a nice setup. The whole essence of this examination is to increase our taste for reading Srila Prabhupada books. That's the essence. So yeah, so it's not like if you don't have Bhakti Shastri, you cannot give a class. No, you can give a class because we have many devotees who don't have Shastri, but they are very scholar.
Mhm.
But going through that really gives you a different experience because you really, really read it when you prepare for essays. So yeah, so it's nice. But if you read Bhagavatam first canto, it's really helpful. It's really, really helpful. So please read it, and then yes, I'm working on how to give like some of you in this session. They will be given a chance in future to give classes.
Right.
So, but I recommend that they start reading Bhagavatam first canto.
Right. I'll make it a point to finish it by Monday, before Monday itself.
What you will make a point?
To finish the first canto before Monday.
Have you seen the size of first canto?
Not yet, but I am an avid reader.
It's double the size of Bhagavad Gita.
What? Okay, fine.
So that's why relax. Thunder rakho, thunder.
Right,
And don't think that by reading first canto you'll be able to give the class.
right.
Giving class is all about sharing realization.
Mhm.
Realization comes by doing services.
Mhm.
Services are given by devotees.
Mhm.
Devotees are there when you associate with them, or you are around the temple. This is how it works.
Right.
Each and every element is important.
Right.
We are not parrots. उठा के बोल के दे दिया.
Mhm.
So that's why Vyas Asan a Vyas speaker, why is respected so much?
Mhm.
Everybody, senior or anyone, will bow down to the Vyas speaker, even though the speaker is a young person. It's not a thing to be taken very lightly. Okay, Light of Bhagat, you raise the hand.
No, Prabhuji, happened by mistake. Sorry.
I thought classes का point आया तो आप तैयार हो गए क्लास देने के लिए. I thought.
हाँ वो actually I was ready with that paragraph that I had to give
I
last
know
time.
that. I know that. I know that.
Yeah, so
You,
next
you,
time when
you,
we do the
you send me audio message.
okay,
Imagine that you're giving a class, you send me audio message.
all right,
My
I'll do
plan
that.
is to do that paragraph, but it has been a break from that since many weeks.
Yeah,
So
three, 4 weeks.
I'm just continuing the topic which I started on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, sorry, Wednesday I gave this class, right? On Wednesday I gave a class, and today is
Ji
Friday.
Prabhuji. Yeah.
So I'm just taking random topics and try to go deep in that. So that's nice. This is what I like. So, but you can send me audio message before you sleep. Okay. So, uh, okay, and then we'll work it out. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay.
Prabhuji,
So, ah,
how can the first canto be bigger than the entire Bhagavatam?
entire
Then why is
Bhagavad
it called the
Gita.
first canto?
Huh?
Then how is it called the first canto?
That's why, Baba, you don't know how big is Bhagavatam. Have you
Right.
seen
18
a
volumes,
box?
right?
18 volumes. So 18 volume is not a small book. 100 pages ka. It's
Right.
big. Should I show you Bhagavatam? Wait a second.
Yeah, we have 12
I
cantos,
have
Prabhuji,
seen it,
right?
actually.
But in 18 volumes.
Okay, okay.
Let me show you. Let
In
me
the temple
share
itself,
my.
in the
Huh?
by TV. I have seen it in the temple itself.
What?
The entire Bhagavatam, 18 volumes.
You have seen in the temple itself. Okay. You see?
Yes. Yeah.
This
Yes,
is
Prabhuji.
Bhagavatams and it's going like this. Okay.
Right.
Where is first canto? Here is first canto, in the bottom, the base.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
It's big. You go up, 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 and then you go here. Then you have post graduation. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Up,
Oh,
up, up, and like this. So don't go by the size. It's all about mercy.
right.
But it's all about relishing Krishna's form, Krishna's pastime.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's beautiful. Don't be scared by the size. Krishna is speaking, Krishna is telling you, and it's a conversation with Krishna. And we go more internal then. We try to get more absorbed by reading. This is what happens. This is how you always remember Krishna, never forget him. When you do any service, either it's deity worship, cleaning the temple, doing book distribution, or cooking, you will be always remembering Krishna.
Right.
This is how it happens after reading. That's why Prabhupada worked so hard day and night for compiling these books. Okay.
Nice.
So thank you. And we
Thank you,
meet
Prabhuji.
someday whenever Rishika Mataji decides in between. I don't know which day I will be. Friday is there, but I don't know in between also I might come again. So we meet and we discuss such topics. But it's nice that whatever we discuss, you try to contemplate on that, try to give more perspective at that point, and something nice will come out. So see you next time. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
Jai.
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.